If I could go back in time and give myself the keys to how to get support in my business, I would have been successful a long time ago. Because truth be told, I took the hard way to get to where I am now. And so on today, I'm going to talk about these 4 things that you can do to get support in your business faster. So let's get into it. So, point number one that I want to make, and it's so vital, is clarity creates connection. Clarity creates connection. And here's why I say that, right? If you're not clear on who you are, who you serve, what you offer, how you even show up, how do you expect people to actually want to support you? And so, like, I had this problem when I first started out. My first business was a photography business. I knew I wanted the camera. I knew that I wanted to go out and take pictures. I could make money taking pictures, right? I didn't know that was a thing until I seen somebody else do it. But here was the problem. When I expected people to support me in my photography business, people didn't want to support, and I wondered why. For a long time, I wondered why people wouldn't let me serve them. It's because I really wasn't clear on who I was as a person. Like, I didn't know who I helped. I didn't know who I served. I didn't even know what I actually offered. I just knew that I was taking your picture. And I really didn't even know how to show up for myself. Because when you're not clear, how do you expect people to see the same thing that you see if you don't even have a vision for yourself? You have to be clear. Clarity beats clever. Clarity beats confusion. Clarity beats everything. Because if you want people to support you, you have to be clear on who you are. That means, who am I when the cameras are off? Who am I in terms of how I'm actually going out doing business? Am I somebody that's just out here doing it because I want your money? No. Am I out here just doing it because people wanted me to do it? No, it's because I actually wanted to. I really wanted to serve people using photography because I started with my phone and people was like, man, you did such a great job. And I was like, how can I turn this into something that would actually benefit both me and the next person? Turn it into a business. But first, I had to get clear on who I was and who I wanted to serve. So after getting getting some freebies, I gave some free shots out, right? I said, hey, I will do your photos for free, no charge. One, they got me through the door. It got me through the door, and it told me who I actually wanted to work with, the types of people that you can work with, right? Because if you're marketing to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. So you have to be specific on who you're actually targeting when it comes to starting a business. What did I offer? Now, when I first started out, I didn't know what I actually offered outside of photos, right? But as I continued to grow, guess what? I started to become clear on what I actually offered. It wasn't just photos that I was giving people. It was an experience. It was more than just a photo. It was a different perspective on what they saw in themselves. And how did I show up? I had to start posting. I had to start showing up, showing people that other people want to work with me as well. Because don't nobody want to work with someone that nobody actually works with. Right. And so after I understood these things, that's when the clients started coming in. People wanted to book me for their weddings, right? Graduations. Like, as I continued to get more clear, it started to make sense. And so that leads me into number two. Number two is confidence counsels controversy. Confidence counsels controversy. Now, a lot of times I'll start with myself. In the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey, I didn't have confidence because I wasn't actively doing the things that I was seeking out to do. I wasn't out here taking photos. I wasn't out here getting leads or talking to people about how I can actually help them. And so it started me off where I just did it as a favor, right? So the problem was I didn't have confidence in myself that I could actually do the job that people would actually eventually pay me to do. Because confidence is needed when you're talking to people. Because if you're not confident that you can give me a great product or a great service, people aren't, they're not going to come to you for your service. They're not going to choose you because you're not even confident in yourself. Because confidence is more than just, you don't gain confidence by just doing it. You gain confidence by actually believing. Believing in what? Believing in yourself first and foremost. First and foremost. Because in the word, it talks about be strong and courageous. So if you're not courageous and confident in yourself to give people value, in my case, it was photography. If I didn't give you something that, a photo that was actually good, excellent, come on, man. I, it kept me from starting to charge for my worth until I actually got to a point where I understood and I knew for a fact the value that I actually presented people. Because confidence, confidence in itself, what it does, it cancels out criticism as well. Because have you ever met somebody that knew what they were doing? They knew that other people said that they did it well, but they wasn't confident in themselves. So when people started talking about their work, saying, "Oh man, your work is trash. Your photos are trash. Your business is trash. You trash." If I didn't have confidence myself to know my worth and who I was, I would have stopped a long time ago because I would have been cuffed to the comments of other people. I don't care what people say about me because for one, if you don't have any relational equity, if you don't have um if you don't actually love me, and I got this from my actual mentee the other day, if you don't have a relationship with me, if you don't seek the best for me, then why would I listen to your criticism? There's a difference between criticism and correction, right? Family gives criticism, friends give criticism, but those who are close to you, the ones that really care about you, they give you correction. People who are in your same industry that want to see you succeed, they will give you correction. But you first have to have confidence in yourself. Believe in yourself because it's the key. Clarity, confidence. The first two keys to seeing your business grow and actually getting support in your business. So, number three, number three is actually important as well. So, number three is conviction commands commitment. Conviction commands commitment. And here's what here was the problem. I had a lot of people at first tell me, "Hey, I'm gonna come and work with you. I'll be with you. Just give me some time." How often did people actually show back up? They didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people said they was gonna come do their graduation photos with me, and then I see them posting other people's work. Even in my current businesses, people say, "Hey, I'm gonna come support you. I'm gonna come support you with my taxes. I'm gonna come support you in coaching. I'm gonna come support you." A lot of people don't come because they're not committed. Because here's the thing, you lack conviction in the thing that you actually speak on. You lack conviction Conviction meaning a sense of personal tie to the thing that you're actually doing. So similar to like when you know that you actually did something wrong and the Holy Spirit actually comes and convicts you, you feel bad about the sin that you actually committed. You feel bad when you hurt somebody's feelings. You feel bad after the fact. You're convicted because you knew that was wrong. But on the flip side, speaking with conviction, knowing that experience that you actually have as a person, that's the difference between people coming to commit and actually working with you and people just talking at the side of their neck. If you want commitment, you have to speak from a personal place. You have to be connected to the transformation that you're giving people or whatever service that you actually offer. It doesn't matter if you offering out socks, lemonade with ice. If you don't have that conviction to really serve people and serve them at a high level, people are not going to commit. In any business that I do, I'm committed to serving people. And because I know I want to serve people well, my conviction is why people come and work with me. Right. So lastly, and before I even go there, conviction actually creates converts. Right. And I'm coming from my notes. Conviction creates converts because when you're solid on your vision of where you're going and the value that you actually give people and the transformation that you've already seen in other people that you've been working with, guess what? Other people will too. Number four, point number four, consistency confirms credibility. Consistency confirms credibility. Now, I have to be honest. Right? In the beginning, I was not consistent at all. So when I tell people be consistent, that's where the success comes from. I know this for a fact because I lacked consistency. I started all these new ventures over and over and over, but the reason why they never took off, even when I saw progress, was because I lacked consistency. It was, oh man, I want to do this. Let me go over here and start in real estate. About a month later, I'm doing something else because I wasn't consistent enough to actually stick with it. I wasn't posting on social media. I wasn't talking to people. I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do in order to actually see the value. Consistency is key for your success. I don't care what nobody tells you. I don't care. If you're not consistent, you're not committed to the progress and the results that you actually want to see. If you're not consistently becoming a new person, you can't do the things to actually have a better life. The reason why my life changed for the better is because I became consistent and not just consistent in business, but consistent in who I was as a person. That's why I have a wife and a child now. Because truth be told, I was not a person who could actually be consistent. I was committed, I was dedicated, but I just wasn't consistent. And it showed up in my business the same way. But how did I overcome this? Right? How did I get over my lack of consistency? If your why doesn't make you cry, the cost of commitment is always going to be too high. Until I actually saw my why and understood what my why was, I was never going to be consistent. Why am I doing the things that I want that I'm doing now? Reason why I'm doing the things that I'm doing now is because I love helping people. And it took me understanding this and putting it into words that I can actually do this and be consistent with it. I'm going to show up. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to show up for the people that I'm serving. I'm going to show up for my family. I'm going to show up for myself. And so having the character of consistency is 100% one of the biggest keys that made me where I am now. No, I haven't reached 1 million yet, but it's on the way. How do I know this? Because I have clarity on who I am. I have the confidence that matches the work ethic that I put in. I have the conviction of wanting to serve people at a very high level. And I'm also consistent. Can I be better in areas? Yeah, everybody can. But guess what? These 4 things are the things that I wish I told myself back in my 20s to make my 8-year gap a whole lot shorter than 8 years, because it was the hard way. If I could give you anything, is take these keys and apply it to your life, apply it to your business. Because at the end of the day, if you don't lock in and actually take these 4 keys to unlock the doors that's in front of you, you're not really serious about being a successful business owner, a successful entrepreneur, a successful person. Because these keys are something that you can apply outside of just business. All right. And so I don't ever want to lead anybody into a place where I haven't been. So the reason why I can actually speak on this is because I've been through it. And so that's why I'm walking you through it as well. So if you want people to support your business, you have to go and get clear. You have to have confidence. You have to have conviction. And most importantly, you have to be consistent. Which one of these C's resonates with you the most, and you know that you actually need to do in your own life and in your own business? Drop it in the comments. I love to hear it, because I know it's just not me. I know it's not just me. And so with that being said, I appreciate you guys. And until the next video, peace. Y'all gonna have this success down pat.